I'm going to say right now that DK Metcalf is the best wide receiver in the National Football League right now. You going to tell me I'm wrong?
No, absolutely I'm not. But I'm going to tell you who is wrong. Every single team that passed this guy, he goes late in the second round. Why? Because, the genius scouts are sitting back going, well, let's see. Oh, he's too big, he's too fast, he's too strong, he's too whatever. But he ran a bad shuttle. Look at this. All these guys, none of them can hold his you-know-what strap. So to me, I'm like, give me a break. This dude right here, I mean, come on. What the heck is the deal? Great. The scouting, bad shuttle. Oh, he can't play in the NFL. He ran a bad shuttle. You know what? There was an old coach who used to tell me this. You know why guys scout? I go, why is that, coach? Because they couldn't coach. Hallelujah. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay.
I just pissed off every giant guy in the world. But I'm just telling you, it's like sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees sometimes. How do we pass on this guy? The best thing he does is his competitiveness.
RC, as we watch DK Metcalf, he reminds you of the occasional player. Randy Moss was this way. Michael Vick was this way. They just seem to be operating on a different level physically, athletically, than everyone else on the field. And that is DK Metcalf. What are you going to do with him in the defensive secondary?
Listen, you got to make sure you lean a safety toward him because he can take the top off of a defense, but you got to be physical. Like, guys are going to have to start to understand. You're going to have to go and shoot DK Metcalf's legs. You're going to have to make him earn yardage and play a game of physicality with him. He's not necessarily the best wide receiver in the league right now, but he's the most unique. And I think he's unique like no other wide receiver has been. We haven't seen a guy this dense. We haven't seen a guy this explosive, a guy this powerful. He moves in a different way than we're used to seeing our bigger wide receivers move. And I believe that's what makes him special. And when you talk about that competitiveness, that's what we saw. I think the greatest compliment you can ever give a wide receiver or an offensive player is this. That dude could play defense. We always said it about Hines Ward, who, by the way, looked way different than DK Metcalf. But when you say, hey, man, that dude could play defense, that means you respect him. And DK Metcalf can for sure play defense.
Get a minute on the team here. The Seattle Seahawks, you said it. Their much maligned defense played better yesterday. 1 week it's Metcalf, 1 week it's Lockett putting up huge numbers, and Wilson's having an MVP season. What do you think of the Seahawks today?
Yeah, their offense is outstanding, right? And this is an offense that's just going to continue to get better. Brian Schottenheimer's doing a really nice job. I mean, he's going to get himself into the head coaching conversation with the way that he's operating their offense. You know, the trade for Everson Griffin, maybe that helps that football team in their pass rush. I'm sorry, Carlos Dunlap and their pass rush. But they didn't have him yesterday, and they rushed the passer better. Jamal Adams is going to get healthy. So if their defense, I said this beginning, is just okay, if the defense is just okay, they're going to be really tough to beat. I do want to touch RC. I disagree. I have seen DK Metcalf before. I used to see him every day in practice for years. He was Calvin Johnson. And I know what those words carry. But Calvin Johnson was the same type of player. Incredibly competitive, quiet. But a guy that you went to and said, you know what, we're just going to give him chances. We don't think anyone in the NFL can cover him. And I think DK Metcalf is getting to that point. And that was why we named Calvin Johnson. Roy Williams named him Megatron, because no one could stop him.
RC?
And that's where DK Metcalf is right now.
Why is his hand in the air?
Hey, guys, I'm going to tell you what. Physically, DK Metcalf's that dude, and he's different. Bruh, Calvin Johnson was a whole different type of alien. Some of the fluidity that Rex Ryan is talking about, the reason DK Metcalf didn't get drafted where people thought he was, Calvin Johnson had all that. The way that Calvin Johnson high-pointed the ball was the way that you would think that a tall center or basketball player would go up and get rebounds. He was different. DK Metcalf, from a physicality standpoint, we've never seen. But to be as big as Calvin Johnson was, as fast, as graceful, as fluid, as natural of a wide receiver as he was, we ain't never seen that. DK, and I don't get to play DK. Maybe I'll feel different if I walk up on him. DK, I'll be like, okay, I can get you in this space. I know I'll have to attack you here. Calvin Johnson could move in any space.
I agree.
I'm not going to let you do that, Dan, just because you played with him. I'm not going to let you do it.
I'll give you that, but they look alike. They look a lot alike.
I'm not backing off of mine, by the way. DK Metcalf is right now the receiver I would start a team with. He gave me the option of every single one of them in the sport. Meanwhile, and then first take comes your way, top of the hour. Lamar Jackson was a big part of the problem yesterday for the Ravens. Stephen A. Max and company debating what that means in the big picture and more. Again, they come your way just less than 14 minutes from now. We are with you commercial free until then. And right now, I wish you could have seen the way Rex has been agonizing over this question. Who owns the rookie record for most passing yards?
See, I'm on such a roll here. That's why I want to keep it going. Look, the average fan is going to say Baker Mayfield. The average fan doesn't know. I mean, he had a touchdown record. I get it. That's not him.
Okay.
All right. And it's certainly not Mark Sanchez or Geno Smith. All right. So I'm looking. I got it down. I narrowed it down to 3 guys. Dak Prescott, man, he came out firing. No, it ain't him. They never put up that many yards this rookie year. So then I'm down to 2 different guys. Carson Wentz. It's got to be Carson Wentz. No, not so fast. I'm going to go a guy that only started 15 games that rookie year. All right? Deshaun Watson, that's who I'm saying.
That is not even close. The answer is Andrew Luck, whose name you never mentioned, whose name you never seemed to even consider. Deshaun Watson, if my memory serves correctly, got hurt after like 3 games his rookie year.
I don't care. Is that something that I should have known?
Yeah, I think it's something you could have known. You know, should.
The pressure of these are killing me.
Andrew Luck, followed by Cam Newton, Jameis Winston, Carson Wentz, and Peyton Manning. Deshaun Watson, not particularly close.
Don't listen to this.
In the conversation.
Don't listen to this.
Meanwhile, the reason we bring it up is because that record is going to be broken by Joe Burrow, and let's talk about him and our On the Clocks today. RC, 45 seconds. Joe Burrow yesterday beating the Titans. Your thoughts? Go.
Listen, Joe Burrow has been absolutely amazing. 26 of 37 today. He outplays Ryan Tannehill, who we were talking about in the MVP conversation. You're going up against a one-loss team, and this is a Cincinnati Bengals team we don't expect much from. Not only is Joe Burrow playing so great that his offense is doing well, that they score in the red zone, that he's efficient, that he doesn't turn the football over, but this team is starting to believe because of this quarterback, the way he works, the way he prepares, the person he is off of the field is now starting to radiate throughout this team on the grass. This is awesome for the Cincinnati Bengals. Zach Taylor has his guy. Now it's time to build around him. He is showing you that he can win. He is showing you that he can change a culture. Now with changing that culture, put the pieces around him to get this guy to a Super Bowl.
I totally agree. Rex, you are next. 45 seconds. Justin Herbert, spectacular again, but the Chargers blow another lead. 45 seconds.
It's unbelievable. So Justin Herbert, to me, he would be the first guy you would take. It's impossible. What this guy's doing, he's had 3 offensive linemen out almost every single game this year, and yet it doesn't matter. He's got his offense 3rd in the National Football League. That's the good news. They're putting up points all over the place. The bad news is this team can't finish. They can't find ways to finish. They've lost. Look, they had a 21-point lead against Denver and allowed them to come back. It's not John Elway at quarterback they face. This guy right here is the answer. I hope they don't do anything stupid in that organization. Stay the course. You've got a franchise quarterback. You're going to be competitive for the next 15 years.
Justin Herbert does look every bit the part. So that's 2 rookie quarterbacks who look really good. Dan, meanwhile, your 45 seconds go to Patrick Mahomes, who threw 5 touchdown passes yesterday, albeit against the Jets. What are your thoughts on him this morning?
Yeah, the Jets stink. Greedy, so halfway through this season, we've talked about the MVP race, and it's like, well, Aaron Rodgers has been in there. And, man, Russell Wilson has been in there. Someone may have even gotten a little bit excited early on in this season and said Josh Allen is in there. But this is what has happened here over the past couple weeks, is Patrick Mahomes has just walked himself back into the MVP conversation. Couple weeks where defense was going to play a ton of coverage, and they had to run the football a bunch. And now Patrick Mahomes is like, hey, guys, just want to remind everybody, I still played quarterback in the NFL for the best team in the NFL and won the Super Bowl last year. Let me give everybody what he's on track for this season. Through halfway through this season, if he continues this pace, he's going to throw for 4,600 yards. He's going to go throw for 42 touchdowns. He's going to throw for 2 interceptions. If he does that, he's going to walk away with the MVP.
So Patrick Mahomes very much in that conversation with Tom Brady and another fella by the name of Russell Wilson. Let's get you to that game, a big one in the NFC West. Wilson and the Seahawks at home against the 49ers. And the three most exciting words in the NFL to me are DK Metcalf.
D and K are not words, they're letters, but I agree, that he is absolutely outstanding. He catches that little wrap in, and at one point I'm like, oh, this is going to be a nice completion. And all of a sudden I'm going, wait, that's going to be a touchdown because he outran everybody.
Yeah, you're right. That occurred to me as I was saying it. Meanwhile, here's more Wilson. Here's more Metcalf. This one's for 35 yards.
Just a great rapport between these two on these go routes, the air that he puts on the football, a little hard ball fake, and then DK, big body, throw him into the end zone. Look at him shield off that defender, off the little hesitation off the line of scrimmage, shield the defender, touchdown Seattle.
So big and strong and fast.